Last night I had the privilege to go to Harmony Gold on Sunset to see the viewing of the new movie Lee, starring Kate Winslet. Absolutely amazing. I totally recommend it.
Fierce witness to history's bleakest moments. Employed by British Vogue, Miller documented the horrors of the concentration camps and the devastation of Europe that readers did not always see. The women, the children, and the missing. She dug through the cracks, she shined a light in the darkest corners, and she kept her eyes open to some of the most horrendous images of World War II. Kate Winslet has dedicated herself to film and to honoring Lee's legacy for over the course of 9 years. I remember her speaking about this to me personally 9 years ago. This has been a massive passion project for her. And it's a journey that speaks to the depth of Kate's passion and her dedication to telling stories that need to be remembered. So tonight, I hope everyone bears witness to a film that captures not only the complexity of Lee's life, but also the emotional weight of what it means to share the truth, no matter how painful. Kate, my dear friend, your work in this film has been nothing short of transformative. I continue to be awestruck. I continue to admire that your strength, your integrity, your talent, and your passion to every single project that you create. So without further ado, one of the great talents of my generation, the one and only Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Together. Much. Yeah. I can't tell you what it means to me to see a full theatre and that you've all showed up. And I have to tell you that making this film for me was really about people showing up with good grace and being willing to support me telling this story, a story that could have been hidden from view forever. And so thank you for being here. Thank you, Leah, for coming. Thank you so much.
Yeah. With the fabulous Philippe. Say hello, Philippe. Hello. Kenneth Williams. You know what? Kenneth Williams. Yeah.
British actor spoke like that.
Look like Mr. Bean at the moment.
Yeah. Carry on. Well, Mr. Bean copies Kenneth Williams.
How do you get stopped in the street sometimes thinking that you're Mr. Bean, right?
Well, I've been signing his autograph for years.
Oh, you should get a dollar for it or something every time you do. Here's the movie, we gotta go. Starting. Yeah. Kate gets a standing ovation. You've got to come see the movie Lee.
It's just a little film that could be. It premiered over a year ago in Toronto. You're here now. This kind of response. How do you take it in this love?
I was just saying to Andrea as we were standing, waiting to come on there, I'm like, every time I see the end credits, I can't believe it. I've really actually made the film, and I don't have to keep trying to make the film. And it's an amazing feeling because I have truly imagined getting to this moment now where I would be talking to people about the film, and I would visualize that in my mind. And here I am. Honestly, I'm so grateful to everyone for being here, and just thank you so much, really.
This is your first feature producing credit. Hell of a way to start. But what was it about Lee Mora and her story that you were so committed to getting on the screen? Because, as you say, it took you many years. You got here, but it wasn't easy.
I mean, it's independent filmmaking, and Andrew and I both grew up very much in that world, in spite of Titanic, The Holiday. The majority of the work that I've done has been in that independent world, and it's hard to make films about women and it's hard to make films as a woman. But when I first knew about Lee back in 2001, I'd been to an exhibition of her work in Edinburgh. And so I was aware of her photographic work, but I didn't know anything about her life. And in 2015, I bought a table. Andrew's had to tell the story so many times. But some friends of mine called me and they run an auction house in the UK and they said, okay, there's this incredible table that's coming in. I've never bid on anything in my life, by the way, that's not my vibe. But I said, well, tell me about this table. They were so excited about it. It's just the history, it's incredible. It was a kitchen table owned by the Penrose family, Rowland's family. And it was in a holiday home that they all shared. And when Lee and Roland were lovers in the early days, they would spend wonderful sort of hedonistic summers of love in this home. Lee was an incredible cook, and she would prepare food at this table, and they would eat these wonderful meals, and they would talk and discuss and share and fight and feast and probably fuck on the table, honestly. And so I bought this table. And it arrived in my home and I sat down at it and I just thought, how has anyone ever made a film about Lee Miller, this extraordinary woman? And the second I Googled her, which was the first thing I did to start the beginning of my very deep dive, I couldn't believe how she was described. Former muse, ex-lover of Man Ray, ex-cover girl, former model. And I just thought, okay, why is this woman being defined in this strange way with these labels that have been put on her, these infantilizing words that we used to describe her? And that word muse, is so reductive. And of course, I knew she was so much more. And I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if I could make a film about her and maybe introduce her to people for the first time in this way, for who she really was, this decade of her life when Lee became Lee, having done this extraordinary thing, fighting her way to the front in the way that she did, and capturing what was happening in the cracks and in the shadows.